Uh, that's a question because we often talk about you being on the Wi-Fi's or going to the space and the satellites. How have you sorted a new internet situation with the new house?
Of course,
That's a question because
of
we
course,
often talk
no
about
such
you being on
problems.
the Wi-Fi's or going to
I'm
the
with
space
Purple
and the
Cow
satellites. How
now.
have you
Purple Cow.
sorted a
Familiar?
new? We are also on the Purple Cows.
Okay, cool.
Happy to be on
I've
the
only
Purple
been.
Cow.
Yeah, me too. I had no idea that they were kind of local, very much local Nova Scotian thing. Are
Have
they not?
I?
And problems, Ross?
Yeah. Do you see this? Some sort of enormous blemish on my nose here. I can't.
I'll put my eyeglasses
I
on,
don't
and
know. See that?
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, that's quite a thing.
But it's
I've got
not.
one
Is
up
it like
the other side.
food? Well, it's not coming off, so I assume it's.
Is it is it food? Is
I
what you keep there for
I
later
have
on?
a 2 year
Snacks?
old. That's why.
Yeah, something
you
to snack
never
on
you never
during the
know.
beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. What was I saying? Yeah, I was with
The purple cows.
yeah, I was with Bell for the longest time, and then I went, I don't like them anymore, and I moved on to others, and Purple Cow, I seemed to be, hey, the cheapest as far as I was aware,
Yep.
and that's always a good one for me. And they are just down the road in Coldbrook, so I can actually walk into a store. And I know you can do that also with Bell, but Bell just sort of run away, and all the others do, Rogers and all the other ones, they don't want you to be there.
Well,
Whereas I feel that the Purple Cow want you to be there.
yeah.
I don't know why, I just feel that.
The other neat thing that I like is you can just text them. When we were having, when we were first setting it up,
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, which
that's
button,
right.
which thing do you plug the doodad into? Brittany's like, hey, which thing do you press there? And they just text back, hang on a
Yeah,
second. They
yeah.
sent it to her, and you could just text. I think they mentioned
That's
something.
exactly it.
They're getting big enough
Very
of a company
personal.
that you can't do that anymore. I think, but it's
Oh, that's a shame.
all these big
Yeah,
capitalism,
I know.
boo, whatever.
And
Anywho,
I'm doing away with Virgin as well for my phone because I'm paying like $45, $50 a month for Virgin for the phone. I used to pay like 80 again with freaking whatever the hell there was, Rogers or whatever.
yeah.
And and then about 3 or 4 years ago, I said no to hell with that, and I went with Virgin, and I've been paying about $50 since then. And now I found out that this thing, we're talking local businesses here, and this Purple Cow, that same place, the what are they called again? Parker's.
Oh,
Whatever they're
Parker's
called,
Satellite and
Parker.
Tech. They're out of that one.
That's the right. That's right. That's the
Oh,
one
I
I'm
didn't
talking about.
realize that.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I was in there, and I can get my phone with like 20 gigs of data a month, but for like $20 if you get a 3 month ongoing contract with them. So I
I,
thought, yeah, I'm
I
gonna
might
do
need to
that
do
too.
that. I might need to do that because
Yeah.
I'm still on Bell Mobility and I'm paying out the nose and the service is crap everywhere and everyone's
Hmm.
like, oh well, Purple Cow
Absolutely.
doesn't service isn't very good. And it's terrible with the big companies too. We
Yeah.
were just having okay. We can't get into this right now. So
No,
many.
we could totally get into this,
Oh, we
but we're not
will.
going to.
We probably will, but we might as well start the stupid show anyway, so that we can
Oh yeah.
pretend that we're going to talk about beer. I
Okay.
am Ross. Joining me is my co-host Ian, and together, completely off the topic of beer, almost all of the time, we are attempting to drink Nova Scotia dry. We spend sometimes upwards of 15 minutes before we actually start this show proper, usually talking and bantering and saying things. Sometimes when we start late, we try to get right to it, but oftentimes we start with, hey, how are you doing? And, oh, I just got in from the, ooh, me too. And, yak, 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 yak. And I tell people all the time, I say this on the show all the time, where the saddest thought, one of the saddest thoughts I have is, if I hadn't insisted that I was going to do this, let's review some craft beer once a week, we'll sit down and we'll do it. I think that at some point during the pandemic, you and I would have lost touch and
Oh yeah,
only
you
like
said that a number of times.
see each other at
And
a
it
party once a year, and that's it. And I
probably,
thought,
probably, because that, yeah,
what a
I
sad
think that's
state of
probably true.
affairs. Might be, what a loss. What a loss of all these wonderful, brilliant conversations that we have had over the years on a weekly basis over a pint. Just conversations over a pint.
So you think then the way that friendship should last and go on is just for both or everybody to have an interest in alcohol of some form.
I think that is what I'm saying. That's the takeaway
That's
here.
true. That's
We
good.
are
Some of my best friends are drinkers. Because you set the world to rights over a few drinks. Have you noticed that? You can just sit in a pub and you can just
Well,
bring it all together. Sometimes it ends up in fisticuffs, of course, so it goes the other way. But more often than not, you can set the world to rights. Just you and your mate having a few pints.
but some of my friends, some people that I've gotten to know, and I often will say things like, "Oh yeah, we go to the pub," and they'll say, "Oh well, I've quit drinking recently," and it's as
Yeah.
though it's basically telling me, "Oh no, I died last month. My funeral was
Yeah.
it was a delightful funeral, but yeah, you're never gonna see me again." I'm like, ugh, I
Have
feel a
you?
small pang whenever someone tells me, or when they say they're gonna do
Yeah.
dry January.
I
Oh, we're
was
doing
about to say,
dry January this year.
have you ever considered it? Because I kind of haven't.
No, of course
No, no.
not. I
I did go a month without alcohol maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but that's the first time just because just circumstances. I thought I really want to quit this for a little bit, but I never actually said that's it. Christmas, New Year's out the way. I'm not drinking alcohol for the next 31 days. The point is, I don't know what a ridiculous
I mean,
concept that
from
is. But
the only way I can think of it, and maybe like structurally or healthily, is I want to make sure that I personally can say no to this. Let's face it,
oh,
vice for 30 days, and that
yes,
I can see a value to that. Where if you're kind of worrying about, do I drink too much? Well, let's just tell myself that I will not drink for a full month, and then if I can get through that, and I'm
just
not like
prove it.
punching and killing everybody, then
Mm,
I obviously don't have a problem if I'm not fully addicted throughout that month. And maybe I could see the value in that. But when I was in my
yeah,
early 20s and everyone was saying, "What's your New Year's resolution? What's going to be your New Year's
yeah.
resolution?" And I ran out of them. And I thought, no, I can't think of anything that I really want to do or anything that I really want to improve on. And I was about 23, 24, and I just said, yeah, I don't need these. I I don't need these in my life. I don't need to ever worry
No,
about having a New Year's resolution every year. It's not a thing that, eh.
I know.
It's,
No, it's
and
the sort of thing that children say.
well,
What's your New Year's resolution? So teenagers, when you get to adult, you're like, I really don't need any of that
no,
rubbish because I don't believe in it. If I want to stop doing something, I'll just stop it. I don't have to stop it on January the 1st.
exactly.
I'll just stop doing it. And I'm not going to stop drinking beer because I enjoy it. It doesn't mean to say I have to drink beer all of the time. I just enjoy the flavor of it. Which brings us very nicely to the fact that we've got three of them.
We do, and I am excited about this first one because, and I think I've mentioned this once or twice from Smokehouse Brewery up in Berwick, Nova Scotia. I always thought if you name yourself the Smokehouse Brewery, shouldn't every beer taste smoky? And I know you probably can't do that, but I would drink a smoky pilsner. I would drink a smoky lager. I would have everything with smoke. I love the concept, but
So
I
would
know
I.
I'm
Yeah.
weird and I'm in the very small. So I know it's not about what the beer all tastes like. It's that initially. I think the initial brew was in an actual smokehouse where they were smoking
Yeah.
things, and that was where they started. So it's much like Schoolhouse Brewery, where it started in an old schoolhouse, and they're just paying, calling attention to that. But this one is finally the Smokin IPA, and I get even
Yeah.
more confused because when I looked this up, just to confirm the description for it on smokehousebrewery.ca, the Smokin the Smokin IPA is spelled SMOKEN on the website,
Oh,
but on the can it's SMOKIN. So I think there might have been an update at some point, but I find that kind of interesting. So because this one would be like smoking, like, oh, it's smoke. There is visible smoke coming off of it with an apostrophe on the end is the description. But to go straight to the description, it do saith a highly hopped American IPA with a great balance of malts and bitters. With Citra Cascade and Warrior hops, this beer is an obvious favorite with IPA drinkers. A nod to the origins of Smokehouse, this beer is sure to be part of a smokin' good time. Um, so yeah, maybe I'm not expecting to taste smoke in this. It's just saying it's all about the smokehouse, the origins and whatnot. But it is rocking in at 6.9 ABV and 55 IBU, which honestly, for 3 hops and saying a huge hop, a highly hopped 55 IBUs is low. This might not be that blow your head off stank that we occasionally would get. You know, that the one that we hate.
Wait, can you see a sell-by date on this, mate? Because I can't. I can see one on the other one, but
There is a
but
stamp, but I can't tell which way up it is.
Where is it? Where is that? Where do you see that?
It's just to
How
the.
long have we had this?
It's these three numbers right here, just to the right. I think we've had this since fall or summer.
Oh, I see. There
It's either
it is. Thank you very much.
608 or 806.
Oh, then regardless, that's not bad.
Or the 60th. Oh, and the 25 is very obvious. So this is
Okay.
recent. You did a trip down there and you got a number of them, and I have been looking forward to.
That's right.
We've got a New England IPA in there, and we've got the Smokin IPA.
Yeah.
But this one is not available currently in the NSLCs, I think. Let's just Smokin with an E or Smokin with an I. 0 results on both. Oh wait, no.
Okay.
Smokin Loon Pinot Noir. Probably should have searched
That's
beer.
the stuff.
That's
the
the one.
stuff.
So we're drinking this
So
Pinot Noir.
it's about 6 months old, so approximately 6 months old, which is fine because we have fallen foul and been cast aside and cast out into the by Smokehouse in the past. We don't want to make the same mistake again.
From hell's heart, we were definitely stabbed at. Whole nother story.
So we don't want to do that again for love nor money.
Nope.
So hopefully this is awesome and it hasn't gone south.
It smells like the proper thing. It definitely smells like what it's supposed to be smelling like. Ooh, and the color on it. Oh, there's a bronze. This is not your bright IPA.
I'm immediately smelling bleach when I put it to my but you know what that is?
I've
recently got bleach on my hands.
Bleached your mustache? Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I've got. I had a stain on my hand. Don't even go there. And I was beginning to get weird stains coming.
I should probably get some bleach for my nose blemish there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's what this podcast needs, more makeup. Can you imagine if we just came on dressed as the lead guys from Kiss one time and just didn't say anything about it? We were just...
Didn't one of them pass away recently?
Yes.
Am I imagining that?
No,
right.
But it wasn't... See, I can only ever remember Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. I don't remember the other two.
Right. That's good, because I remember the name Gene Simmons. I can't remember any others. I am not a fan at all of Kiss. Never have been. So it kind of rather passed me. But I do believe one of them passed away. I saw something about it.
He did. Yes.
Right.
Ace Frehley in October at the age of 74. Original lead guitarist Ace Frehley.
Okay. It's all in the glass. It all got in there.
Oh, good. Okay.
It doesn't smell smoky, and
no.
So it might just be the name. It might just be.
And it doesn't say that it's going to be smoky on the can.
Nope.
It talks about the IPA, so I think it's mostly just my imagination, and I'm reading too much into it. Is the main problem there?
Maybe.
The head is.
I do like the color.
Very interesting, and I very much love the color on
that. It actually smells malt, a little sweeter than. I mean, I did say clearly there's malt in it, but it does smell immediately rather of banging hops. It smells quite sweet.
On the website, it says there's a nice balance of malts and bitters. So this might be. We'll be sad that you can't find this in the NSLC. Anyway, cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
Oh my goodness. If that isn't comparable to the Malternate reality.
Ooh. Whoa! And it's that kind of booze, isn't it? It's that kind of brew. And very smooth.
Incredibly. I am now going to look up what the Malternate reality ABV is, because I think it's pretty low.
It's lower than this. This is 5.6 or something, the alternate reality, is it? 5.8?
It says it's a 6.3. So a 6.9 up from a 6.3. That's
I am way off.
Similar
I
rate.
am
That's
way
like,
off.
half, yeah, 0.5 off. Technically,
Okay.
yeah, 0.6 mathematically. But
Yeah, I'm way off.
very similar, and I love. I'm glad it mentioned that there's a nice malt and bitter mix, but holy cow, we're highly
I wouldn't say it was.
hopped American IPA.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not getting. It's not smashing of hops at all. But
But
they're telling us there's three of them. But it's got a caramelliness, a sweetness to it. Again, that the alternate reality has that we love.
It doesn't say that the high hop is going to be the flavor punch. It just says this happens to be highly hopped. A great balance of malts and bitters.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Now,
Nice,
the only thing that I actually disagree upon in the description is this beer is an obvious favorite with IPA drinkers.
Oh, so you think hopheads will be like, nah, I'm sorry. I need more hop.
They'll be like,
Thank
"Where's
you
the
very
pine,
much."
sir? Show
Yeah.
me the pine."
And where's the citrus? And it's not
And,
abundant with either of them.
Ooh la juice, ooh la backbite. There's a tiny, I do appreciate where the bitter is. You get a little bit at the back of the teeth on the tail end of it, but oh my goodness, I could sit down with 4 of these in an oven evening easily. Buy another 4 for your friend that you're going to sit down with.
Floral? Are you getting anything? Well, the smell is really sweet. The caramel is
sweet,
is all
sweet
over
caramel and malt. I'm not getting anything floral in the flavor either. And I wish if I could remember my Citra, Cascade, and Warrior hops, I feel like I might know what a Citra hop tastes or gives a flavor of. Warrior sounds familiar. Someone makes one with a Warrior and a Fuggle, I think. Yeah, we gotta take that beer tasting course.
This
for a number of reasons.
I've come to expect an IPA now to be not what this is.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's my thing.
I mean, even though we say we are coming around to it, we are coming around to it's an IPA. Here we go. Before I drink an IPA, I always go, okay. Yep. you tense up. You're like, I am ready in case it's one of those. One of those IPAs.
This ain't one of those.
It's not
at all.
This is one of mine.
Real easy.
This is one of the ones that I love. The the Malternate Reality famously is the one that tastes the most like this. And ones that are close, Wavebreaker IPA from Sober Island and Headliner IPA out of Backstage Brewing in Stellarton. Similar to this, where it's just the hop world is over here, malt world is over here, and it kind of goes, I'll just go over and park here in the malt section. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am sad that we only have the one can.
It doesn't have the spiciness that the IPAs traditionally had, of course. I mean, imagine them rocking up in India with this, they'd be like, "Oh, it's gone off," because it doesn't have all the hurt and the spices that's going to keep it from going up. But all for the better, because this is quite lovely.
So this is and I guess I'm confused as the American IPA, where I was kind of expecting, usually when it's American, it is going to have that little bit of a hop bite. It's going to have that dank sourness to it. Except for if this said it was a New England IPA, I'd say this is one of the best New England IPAs I've ever had. This is fantastic because it's a caramel color. Ooh.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
So good. I happily give this. I'm giving this high scores. How high? I am still trying to vaguely decide, but oof, that is great.
Quite lovely. Yeah, it is. I'm not fighting you on any of that. It's all that and more. Excuse me. And of course, the caveat being, I love my big hazy New England IPAs. Now, big juicy things. This is so not that. But it's in the formative group that we came on board with. Malternate Reality being that perfect example where we were like, okay, this is an IPA, but it doesn't have all that crazy hoppiness going on, which is blowing our faces off. It's still got the malt balances it perfectly, and therefore I'm not left with that no thing that a lot of them do. And this is so good. I don't even want to. It's got IPA on the can, but I don't even want to put it into an IPA category. I would. I would. I'm never going to get any heartburn from this, and I can do from if I have too many IPAs in the evening. This is because this is so smooth and malty. It's quite delicious.
And I feel like this comes back to the conversations that we continue to have, especially just the Science of Beer Discovery Center, and we talked to Steve Crane about his thoughts on how the conceptually everything is moving away from that. Hey, this is a craft beer. It has to be the hoppiest thing you've ever put in your face. And I feel like that's also one of the reasons that we're coming around to IPAs, because a number of them have all started saying, wait a minute, we don't have to be that anymore. We could just make it could be a hoppy beer, but it doesn't have to be the hoppiest, craziest, punch you in the face thing.
I'm still left, even though it is sweet and malty, I'm still left at the back end with a dryness in my mouth. And
a little tiny bitter, just a little bite, just at the top. I like it.
Absolutely. So do I. So I am reminded at the end, Ian, this is still an IPA. So it still has that hoppy dryness, and that. So it sometimes it's the other way. Like you got hops and then there's a little sweetness on the back end. This is doing it all the other way around, and I like that it's still saying, even though you're saying, Ian, this is very IPA-ish. At the end, it's like, actually, there's still a dryness and a citrusiness there on the back end. I love.
It's one of the things where I feel like there needs to be, should there be more categories of IPA, and they've come up with a bunch. But I want someone to say, this is a malty IPA. Like, yeah, it is. This is an amber kind of IPA type thing where it's, they're doing the thing where they're mixing in a whole lot of hops to survive the boat ride to India. And that's what makes it the India IPA, I guess. Or the India IPA, that's just superfluous. But
I was looking, your diminished stock was quite sad. You said there earlier on. And of course, I came back and I looked at my own. I thought, I do have probably a good 6 or 8, I think, that you've drunk in the past that I must now review myself. And these 3 IPAs that we're doing, does that leave us really low on IPAs? Off the top of your head?
Yes and no. It leaves us with 2 or 3 New England. It leaves us with some different ones that are specifically labeled as this is a double IPA or this is a New England IPA. But for one that just says IPA, I think we still have
generic IPA
2 or 3. Yeah.
And
so there's no shortage. Those are the ones that you could always find in the LC. So if we want to say, let's just do generic IPAs, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 6, and we could do that without too much question. I am, no part of me worries about the supply chain of IPAs.
Running out of
Straight
IPAs.
Up IPA.
Because, of course, we have had those crazy evenings when we'll just think, let's just do 6. When we sat around with Keir or with Ananda, and all of a sudden there are 6 different IPAs to choose from the 30 or 40 that you've got in your stock. That's not a thing right now. We don't have that many, do we?
No. But no. now that we are of higher awareness of these things, and chances are there's a good chance that those specific recipes, they may have mellowed to a northeastern standard. So I think it'd be kind of interesting to start revisiting a couple of those every now and then on an IPA. Bring back the friends, bring back the guests and the friends. I mean, honestly, it's been hard enough getting you and I in the same corner of the internet to do one of these, but I miss the days when we had 4 or 5 of us here and we'd be all doing it. Ooh, speaking of,
any excuse to have a bunch of IPAs with friends, any excuse. Now that we are fans.
Do you recall our most recent 100 beer shot challenge?
Yeah.
We are halfway to the next one. This is number 250.
Gracious. That was almost a year ago.
Yep.
back end of January or February of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose
So
so.
it'd be
Yeah, that makes
late
sense.
January 2026 approximately will be the oh no, early January 2026 will be the next one in theory.
That's madness.
Mark your
That is.
calendars
Well,
now.
it might even. Yeah, it might even be New Year's Day. Wouldn't that be? I don't know. I don't know what.
Now there
I don't
oh
know. It's a
so
Wednesday.
there we go. We'll do it live from the beach. We'll go in and do the polar bear plunge, run back out, shot a thing, and
You're
I'm going in
think to yourself.
again. 100 plunges and 100 shots. There it is.
Well, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. If this is with 50, you're halfway there, and it's the 14th of January, is it not? It makes sense. It's going to be
Yeah.
New Year's
It's
Eve.
50 weeks as opposed to 52 weeks. It'll be January the
Yeah,
0th. Yeah, it'll be New Year's
January the
Eve.
0th. Great. Cheers. That'll be a great 100-shot challenge next year. Yeah, absolutely. Mark
Oh
your
my.
calendar. Yeah.
I'm happy that there's still a lot of options for that because in doing it twice, I am a little pleased that I was able to do it with two different beers. I mean, obviously, the quintessential, the go-to choice has to be the Toller Gold.
Gold.
But I was pretty happy with the Jake's Lager from. I think that was the Jake's Lager
I
from Nine
was
Locks.
I was gonna ask you to remind me what it was you did it, and you just come on. Yeah, that's right. With the blue
Yeah,
can.
with the bright blue. It looked like a Bud Light, didn't it? It was pretty.
Yeah, it did.
It's nice.
It did.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Um,
How many fingers are you leaving of that? I'm leaving a goodly amount.
yeah,
I
it's
want to come
about
back.
one and a half. I definitely want to. Here's the thing: it's not that I want to compare it because I'm not sure that everything will be perfectly comparable. I want to come back to it because I love it so much. I want that.
Love it so much.
If these other two are not quite
Right.
my favorite, then I'll at least have a good mouthful and a half to wash it out of my face.
I can't believe I'm going to go out and I think North Brewing. I can't. I'm not even going to entertain the notion that I'm not going to love this beer. I haven't had it, but I'm just everything they do.
Mhm.
I love. I don't think there's been one thing. I think we went through this quite recently, and maybe you pointed out one that I wasn't absolutely in love with. Maybe it was that unicorn one. What was that called? Where
The
it looked like it was.
tiramisu stout.
Oh, that one.
We were
Yeah,
not
I
impressed with
didn't.
that.
No,
Which
that
was
might be the
interesting.
only one. The can was great.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mentioned that to other friends. I said we didn't like the tiramisu, and other friends said, "Really? It was so sweet and so punchy, and we really loved it." And I said, "Oh, I don't know if we got a bum can or something happened there, but it just, yeah,
Maybe I had a
it did
bar of
not."
chocolate immediately before I ate it or drank it. Maybe
Well,
it didn't wake up
as you
the
do,
sweetness.
I'm 3 chocolates in by now, so I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
good. Peanuts for me.
But from our good our good friends we haven't met yet at North Brewing, we have the Waves IPA. And this one again, just saying it's an IPA, nothing strong, nothing fancy, but a 7.0 ABV on that one. Doesn't give you the IBUs just yet. And I don't know why, but I thought this was made in some sort of conjunction with because isn't there's a couple of teams like the Halifax Waves or the Dartmouth Waves, and it feels like that's a sports team around. But I did find an Instagram post from last March. That was the introduction. That was the introduction of this one. And again, you cannot. I think this is not in the NSLZ at the moment. I think that's where we got it though, or did I get it at the actual shop? I'm trying to remember. The Waves. North Brewing Waves IPA. This one is in the LC as we speak.
Oh, you found it. Great.
Wait,
this was,
I'm wrong. There's 18 available in Welton Street NSLC in Sydney, and that's about it. So maybe it's not quite as available as I hoped it would be, but it's there.
St. George's Day 2025. This was canned in, I believe. Oh, or does that mean it's canned in? Or does that mean it's... yes, it does. 7:42 in the morning on the National Day of England.
Oh, April 25th?
23rd. What about yours?
Oh, 23rd. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I see. 23, 04, 25. Good.
There we go.
So I did look it up on and on their Instagram revelation. I don't know what I'm saying. They said, following the love for the tax holiday IPA, Do you recall having
Oh,
that?
yes, I do. Yep.
I quickly looked up our scores for the Tax Holiday IPA from North Brewing, and guess
All
what we
right,
gave it?
all right.
We
Well,
gave
following on again very quickly from what I just said, I love everything that North Brewing gives me. Did I?
Yeah, you did. You gave it a 9.5.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
I gave it a 9.3. So we obviously love the tax holiday. So following on the love for the tax holiday, we've come up with something similar for the West Coast bold IPA fans.
Oh, West Coast IPA. Oh, Ross, that's got you puckering up.
It does. It does.
Mm.
I'm now. Yeah, I'm clenched. It continues. Waves uses a West Coast malt base and just a touch of oats for haze and mouthfeel, and a hopping schedule throughout the brewing process to build up resinous pine and
Uh-huh.
citrus flavors. Bold, bracing, delicious, and balanced. There's our B word that we're hoping for. And on the can,
Resinous
this is all on
and
the website.
pine. Mm.
No, no, no. But on the can, it gives us hoppy, fine,
Grapefruit.
grapefruit, yes, and
Yes.
perfection. So
Wow, that's bold.
with those two, with what's on the can and what's right there, I am
It's a melange. It's
curious.
quite a yeah,
This is trying to tell me that it's got resinous pine and citrus, and it's
and it's
grapefruity, but
grapefruity.
that it's
Mm.
balanced.
So even though it's a Westie, it might be a juicy Westie with a
What
pine and grapefruit.
what if it's a
Or maybe
juicy
they just
yeah,
go on.
what if it's a
Yeah, I know.
juicy balanced Westie? A
I know. Wouldn't
JBW.
that be incredible? That would be amazing. I thought you were going to say, following on from what was it called? The last one that I absolutely loved. I've already forgotten it.
The
What was
tax
it called?
holiday? Yep.
The tax holiday. We took that brew and we put it into a fancy can a year later, and
Look,
it's
look, 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 look,
exactly
look,
the same. Yeah, I know.
look.
Juicy, grapefruity, but piney. Mmm.
Um, I've
Mm.
cracked the can.
Oh, what's your nose saying, Russ? Apart from that big thing on it, blemish.
It's honestly, I'm
Yeah.
paying more attention to my blemish on my nose than I am to the smells coming out of this. It doesn't smell like anything. I'm getting a very, very weak.
It's subtle. Pine. There's
You're
pine.
getting pine?
Yes, I am.
I'm just getting like a wheaty kind of thing, like a
Okay.
barley, a very,
I'm
very,
getting a subtle pine.
very grain based thing going on. It is not as deep orangey brown as the smokehouse. It is a bit more of a a regular color as you would.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say. It's
Normal.
more of a hazy North New England
Look at this normal
look.
beer here. This is the one that you take home
I
to
know.
father, right?
It's funny actually when you said it was a bit wheaty smelling. The head looks is reminiscent of a lot of the wheat beers as well. Look
Mm.
at that; it's white. Plenty of it.
It's definitely a
And I
grainy, bready, doughy,
well
biscuity kind of thing.
that's very wheat and vice beers as well then that
But
you're getting.
but it's
I'm
just
not.
telling us it's an IPA. So what's she's talking about? Well, what's this smell talking about? I can't understand it. The smell is
I'm
getting in
not
my
getting that.
nose, and I can't understand it. I don't speak nose anymore. Maybe
There's a lot of nose talk this
a
evening.
lot of nose talk.
A
Definitely
lot
a
of a lot of.
focus on the nose. It does have some haze to it. It is not
Oh yeah.
easily see throughable.
No.
Oh, was that the
And there's
one?
plenty ahead.
Opaque.
See throughable. That's the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah, opaque
Uh,
is thick, so translucent.
I like it.
What's the difference
Yeah.
between transparent and translucent?
Oh my God, I can't believe I don't know that. Is that would be a good trivia question, wouldn't it?
Transparent objects let light pass through clearly. Transparent is
Whereas,
clear view, translucent is blurry view.
oh, Well, is this translucent?
No, it is
Uh,
transparent.
well, I can't see you through my beer.
Because here is the example that it gives. Transparent is like a liquid. Translucent, you cannot see through it, but it allows some light to pass through, like, for example, toilet paper.
Is that the example they give, or was that the one off the top of your head?
No, that's the one they
Oh,
give. It's right there. It's on the internet. It must be true.
toilet. They could have that of all the things they could have thought of.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Well, tissue paper,
Because there
I
are
guess. Paper? You know, an 8.5 by
there are
11.
loads of not paper. Paper, you papyrus. Maybe if it's
No,
very
but
thin and,
if
and
you
about
if you
3,000
put if you
years
put
old.
paper up to a light,
Yes.
the light is going to come through it. I mean, they literally put paper
Yes.
up as photography,
Yes.
buffer diffusion.
Filter.
I'm saying all the wrong words.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about photography.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so yeah, okay, fair enough. And toilet paper. Have you ever tried toilet paper, man? Wait, it is the most deep. It's the deepest of unsolvable math equations. When 30 equals 60 and 2 equals 124 sheets and 3 equals 9 ply and all that stuff that they do to
Oh, where you're
completely flummox you.
standing there in the aisle trying to figure
Yeah,
out what is the
yeah,
best deal for toilet paper.
yeah,
I have
yeah,
done
yeah.
that. I have done. I was very confused
You have?
because I thought the sentence was, "Have you ever tried toilet paper as in to eat?" But then I thought you said after that, "Toilet paper man." And then suddenly I
Nah,
thought there was this movie or TV show called Toilet Paper Man where he just comes in and
it
throws
should
you
be.
high education mathematics at you constantly.
If there isn't, there really should be. But no, it was something Rebecca brought up a couple of years ago, and I thought I thought the same thing because we're standing in the aisle thinking which is the best
Mm.
bang for your buck right now for toilet paper, and it's impossible. And I'm pretty sure the manufacturers of this
I,
thing know that because they just throw numbers at you willingly, trying to confuse you, like
well,
and thinking, trying to make you think that their math
oh
or
yeah,
that their toilet paper is better than everyone else.
and the thing is, if they're all these billion-dollar conglomerates of things, and yet you get in there, and the price difference between huge conglomerate with an enormous corporate headquarters downtown New York, Manhattan is here, and the next bag is over here from a different conglomerate company from with their own high-rise skyscraper in downtown Manhattan as well, and the difference is
Right.
17 cents.
Yes.
And I think,
Yes.
did y'all get together on this? Because there's no
Yeah.
way. There's no way. Someone has set the price of what toilet paper should be. And I'm sure way down the line, someone's making $1 million elsewhere. And it's only costing someone 2 cents to make their toilet paper. And it's costing someone else $3 to make their toilet paper. But they're selling them both for $19 as of today.
That's right. The great Nova Scotian milk scandal conspiracy. That's a new one, isn't it?
Mm.
And what's the other one? Bread. The bread that we're all going to get.
Oh, the bread
$50
conspiracy.
back.
That's a good one. Because
that's disgusting.
here's why I mostly start, and the difference is, again, 20 cents. But you can go and buy your bread at the dollar store. But only certain dollar stores sell bread and bagels. Only certain ones.
All right.
And you know
All right.
why? Because Sobeys has a clause in their I don't know, their commercial venue within Nova Scotia that no one else is allowed to sell bread within a certain specific radius of them. So if you get a Dollarama that's too close to Sobeys, they're not allowed to sell bread because their bread is 17 cents cheaper per loaf. And I know you're not saving millions, but I don't know. I dislike that they put this clause. I'm like, that's annoying. I don't like you personally as a company. You are not getting my $2.50.
I must admit, I've never bought I've never bought bread because it's all Wonder Bread stuff that they sell at
Yeah,
the Sobeys. So I believe. Sorry, not Sobeys. Yeah, the other place, Dollarama.
yeah.
But I'd be curious to know how close that radius is, because of course, New Miners has two Dollaramas
They
and
do.
a Sobeys basically right between them,
Someone was
because
telling
one
me
is in the mall
that the one furthest
and
to the west was closing down. The one near the where Jungle Jim's was.
oh, is it really?
Well,
That's the one that I
I don't
like
know.
to go
Someone said
to.
it was closed or just I don't know.
Okay, okay.
This is going to be a
Oh,
fun.
talking of closing to get after you've searched that up, because I know you're going to Smokehouse Brewery. You did. We kind of glossed over that when we went over the Smokehouse. They are closing or have closed their second
Their
establishment.
downtown Halifax location. Yes, was it on
Yeah,
Gottingen?
I think it was on Gottingen. That didn't last long, did it?
I mean,
Maybe, I don't know, couple of 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I mean,
probably
when I first,
yeah, 3 or 4.
is it really as long as
Agricola.
that? I remember reading. Oh, okay. So it's right close to it. It's very close to it. God, it's right downtown. And I remember sort of seeing this as it came up on the old craft brewing feed. I thought, oh no, because it was saying that Smokehouse, and I saw Smokehouse and I saw close, and that was it. I was like, oh, all right,
I
okay.
was a little
And
worried, yeah, that it was shutting down
yeah, yeah,
entirely.
yeah. So anyway, they pulled the plug on the second, but they've still got their flagship brewery
It's
Berwick
true,
location.
and again, if we can remember expansions to other locations, the Saltbox location nearby here in Wolfville,
Yeah.
it kind of unceremoniously shut the doors. I believe the North Brewing location, speaking of our friends at North Brewing out in Timberley, is still going strong. They've got a little tap room out in that direction. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of who else has got a second location like that. I thought Boxing Rock moved into Boxing Rock HRM location. Didn't they come into? They've got a company online store. No wait, Boxing Rock Brewing Company, Halifax Farm Works on Windsor Street. So yeah, I think Boxing Rocks has still got
Okay.
their
They're doing
Halifax.
well. Boxing Rock, they ain't struggling. I don't think so. I don't. Hey, listen, I don't
I
know.
hope not. I hope.
Of course not.
I,
I don't think so.
Again, I don't want anyone to struggle, and I'm hoping that Smokehouse
No.
keeps going. A, that was delicious, and
Smokehouse is
B,
small.
I want more of the little shops to stick around. As far as I know, Lazy Bear is still
Me
going.
too.
So insofar as
Yeah.
the smallest ones I can kind of think of, Tanner and Company,
Yeah.
down to the South Shore.
Party time. Party time.
I haven't heard from James in a while. I keep meaning to reach out to James and see how he's doing because
Yeah, tiny.
I know
Yeah.
he's mostly just doing it as a hobby. He just and he's got some
Yeah.
money to throw into it, and I think he literally just does it for the love of the game. But his
Yeah.
YouTube channel has been kind of quiet as of late. I think.
Okay.
I will reach out and see how James is doing. It'd be great to talk to him again. He's an enthusiastic dude. Anyway, what the hell is this? This is this is a 7.0
Westy
Waves
Westy.
IPA Westy. It
with grapefruit.
it
And
smells.
what does it say it is?
It smells like a
the
wheat
three
beer.
words: hoppy, grapefruit, perfection.
I'm not
That was the
getting
one I
any.
said was a
I'm
bit
not
faulty.
getting hops or grapefruit off the nose. Are you?
Well, hopefully you'll get perfection off the taste.
It smells like
Cheers.
drywall mud.
Hmm. Oh, I had to take my.
Whoa, go!
I know.
Did you get that
I was
that
thinking-
wave of booziness? All of a sudden, just sort of said.
I was-
By the way,
I was thinking while I was drinking it, and while my nose was out, I was thinking this is very smooth and easy to drink. And then I took it away. I was like, oh, there it is.
yeah. Well, up
Bang.
front,
Yeah.
like I was saying, it tastes like building materials.
Neck.
It just tastes like sawdust and ladder, And then all of a sudden,
Drywall mud. you
yeah,
said.
it tastes like drywall mud. This is the Kent, the home furnishing supplies, and then there's this little. Oh, by the way, we made it 7%, and it just inserts that.
But I smelt some. Excuse me. A faint whiff of pine up front. Oh, I'm actually burping pine. It's coming back as pine, but I didn't taste a great deal of it. That's not a very nice thing. I
I
realize that.
I
But
made
when
a
it came
decision.
back,
I made a
well,
decision last week while I was talking to myself for an hour that I'm
mhm.
going to stop holding in the burps because, and I
Oh,
checked. Remember when you were a kid and when you'd burp and your parents would yell at you, and then eventually you met a friend who told you that it was polite in certain cultures, and you
yes.
tried to use that as an excuse most of the time. I'm bringing back the it's
Uh-huh.
polite in other cultures. I think it's polite in the craft beer culture. If you're drinking someone's beer, like if you're sitting down in front of someone who's made this beer and they're like, "What do you think of this beer?" I brewed this. This is 8 months in the pot and it's been crafting back there. And you give it a big swirl. And you're like, "Yeah, it's really good." I think you owe them. I think the best compliment they can hear be a big, it is some sort of really
I
nice.
don't. I don't agree.
You
I'd
do,
like to
okay?
say, I don't agree. I don't think burping is a particularly complimentary thing to do. Or there is a fabulous sketch on an old English sketch show from the late 70s, early 80s, which introduced us to Rowan Atkinson. You might be familiar with Not the 9 O'Clock News. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of it,
It
but
Okay, Mel
I've
Smith,
not seen it.
Griff Rhys-Jones, Rowan Atkinson, prior to Blackadder, and of course Mr. Big. He was a great sketch show writer and comedian, and he was in this sketch that they did. Check it out afterwards. And it's talking about there's a guy being interviewed and saying, so yes, in our culture, uh, um, burping is to say that yeah, it brings and it is a truly lovely meal to behold. And he said, what about when that meal has gone maybe beyond that level? He says, well, for the truly exquisite meal, breaking wind is absolutely the best compliment that you can give to your chef. This is an accent I'm putting on, Ross, that I don't know what it is. It's just not
I'm
could be
unsure as
anything at
well.
all. But then he goes on, and his interviewer says, "But what about?" He says, "What about reserved for the very, very finest meal that you can possibly have?" He said, "Well," he says, "for the truly exquisite dining experience, vomiting is the best thing that you could say to." And this is to say to, which says to the chef that this meal was so exquisite, I want to eat it up all over again. Now, I don't think burping
No,
is
I
a
will draw a
particularly nice
very finite line between burping and vomiting. Vomiting is
vomiting
I
to
couldn't keep
show
it
you how good
down.
it is.
Burping is I couldn't get enough of it, but I, as a
Right.
human, still needed to breathe and consume air at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
I drank it too. It's a compliment to I had it too fast because it was just that good.
Well, I have in the past drunk so much good beer in an evening. I started by burping, but ended by vomiting. And
Hmm.
that's on really good beer, by the way.
Have
I
we
didn't make a one.
have we ever burped right in front of the brewers that we were talking to? I'm trying to remember now.
To compliment them on how good their beer was.
By accident, even just as
Or by
a
accident.
passing, just sort of saying, "Oops, excuse me," and where we, obviously, I'm not saying, okay, as a kid, as an 11-year-old kid, when you feel a burp coming on, you're like, okay, I need to. I need to situate myself to make this the
Stand back.
loudest thing
Okay.
on the planet, and you're like preparing yourself. Okay, and if I open up my windpipe a bit more, and if I kind of get my chest just the right way, and okay, and I gotta get my nose, make sure my nose is clear. Here, and then when it
Nose
comes
again.
out, you're like
Full nose breath.
honk, and you sound like a roaring Godzilla. I don't
Right.
mean that. I just mean a kind of a I had no control over that. But we stifle our burps
Of course we do.
in
Of course
polite
we do.
society and between the two of us, and that's a thing that you should and could do. But I decided last week that even while stifling burp, because you don't want to just hork all over the internet here with your microphone and whatnot,
No.
but
No.
it's just, yep, there we go. That was a burp, and it was because I was drinking a lot of it because it was very tasty, and I'm not
And
I'm
gassy.
not ashamed. I'll
No,
take
that's
that.
fair. That's fair.
That was the only decision. I don't mean vomit all over everyone's shoes when you're at the brewery itself and they're showing you these are our brass fittings and we polish them 3 times a day. It's all very air sealed and there's not a single ounce of germification. And what have you done? Oh, you vomited all over all the brass fittings down to the bottom of the. Oh.
Thankfully, the beer that I consume, the type of beers that I consume, typically a you do too, aren't massive gassy things. They're not that because I find that I would get clearly a lot more burpy with massively carbonated drinks. Lagers come to mind, and I'm not a great lover of lagers, and therefore that's just one of the reasons probably why I veered towards the ales, the darker ales, and the stouts and the porters. Not to say they don't make you burp, of course they do, because water does. But typically carbonated drinks would do that, and lager drinkers probably burp more than us English bitter drinkers.
This is another thing that has me sort of changing what I'd sort of like to do. Aha, there we go. And going back to the 100-shot challenge, because we've done lagers 2 years in a row, or at least I did lagers 2 years in a row. I think you were still in the Total Gold, were you not?
I was, and yet I hardly even consider that to be a lager. It's crazy. It's so smooth and easy to drink.
It's very good.
It's crazy. And
So,
thank you very much for introducing me to it.
honestly, next time I might, because over here I'm having a quick view at bayoffundybrewing.com. Their Cape Split Pale Ale is 5.0.
5%. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that because it has to be 5.
So there's a number of pale ales. There's some interesting ones. There's even some some English milds, brown ales. But there are ones around the. See, there was a very part. If that was a subtle burp to anyone else, didn't feel subtle to me. Whew, that rattled the old windpipe.
I can't imagine drinking, though. I can't imagine coming back to that. I can't imagine drinking 100 shots of, like, I don't know,
Guinness.
A big, thick, rich, Guinness. Or I haven't said that, of course. I did do 18 pints of it on my birthday up from 50. But I don't know. I'm just that was over 12 hours, of course. I can't imagine doing 100 shots of something big, thick, and rich like that. Regardless of that it's only a 5%, it just would be like a meal and a big, like a hearty, big fat steak and lots of them.
And in a weird,
I don't think I could do that.
In a weird way, I feel like this whole year-round venture is like a research project for what the best beer
Find
for 100-shot challenge.
Every 2 years, you stumble across a beer that you could make a session of.
This is the one. This is the one. We'll try this one. Very good.
Yeah. I love this, by the way. This is. Is it West? Are you? Okay. I love it because I love all IPAs now. I am a lover of IPAs. It's
different. It is. There is cheese, and this is the chalk to the cheese of the Smokehouse IPA. They are in completely different ballparks, playing a completely different sport. Oh, I'm not even in the right.
It's in the middle. It's in the middle again.
Would you say? Okay.
Is it grapefruity? It says it's grapefruit, and
it says it is, but I'm not.
Well, no, I'm not getting a grape. But what I like about it is, it's not massively West Coast and piney, that the stuff that you and I maybe aren't in love with. So it's like taking the best of both worlds again, without.
It's tasty.
Without sort of upsetting either party. It is.
It's tasty. I wouldn't say.
Like it a lot.
And the sad part about having a lot of North Brewing's beer is we've had a lot of North Brewing's beer, and
because there's a lot of them.
We really love the Tax Holiday. We really love the Malternate Reality. This is gonna be my third favorite.
Okay.
If that. Okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's high 8s. Yeah. I'll give you high 8s.
It's okay. It's a North. They're calling this. Is this an American style? I suppose it is.
They don't say it is. They don't quite say that because they say
Okay.
we've come up with something similar for West Coast bold IPA fans. And honestly,
Right.
I think that might drop my score because
I'm
it doesn't give me Westy vibes.
okay.
It's
Good.
different. It's tasty. It's not, and it's saying things like, oh, we've got the resinous pine and the citrus flavors,
Hmm.
and I'm getting
Hmm.
neither of those.
I smelt pine when I cracked the can.
Mm-hmm.
Subtle pineness.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it did say on the side of the can grapefruit. It didn't mention it on the website. Is
It
that
didn't,
it didn't mention it at all?
but it's on the can.
And it all I know it almost makes you wonder whether or not they used the description from a past IPA on the. I don't. You know these things do happen. These things do happen. That we know that because there's some errors made in the canning process and on the artwork. We've had this firsthand from brewers in the past. They're like, oh yeah, we messed up a little bit on the can. We forgot this, or we did that, etc., or we misspelled that, or we just basically fucked up. It doesn't have a great deal of citrusy going on at all, and grapefruit I'm not picking up on at all. But it does have a middle of the road um, uh, flavor profile to me. You know what I mean? It has
Yeah,
neither one nor the other.
but
So I'm so
if
I can't
if it's
detect
stapled
grapefruit.
into a
I know, I
profile
know.
on the can and it's all
Yeah,
about
a
it on the
flavor.
website, and I if someone sat me down and said try this beer and I drank it
Yeah,
and they said this is a 7.0, I'm like, damn, it's really smooth for 7.0. I would like this more without the description they gave.
right.
It's pretty
So what you're
tasty,
it is it's perfectly fine. I don't say it's not outstanding.
but it's
It's
not
not
what they said it was going to be.
right.
That's all I'm saying.
Would you say it's a it's a tiny bit? I hate to say it, a tiny bit bland. There's nothing that you
Um,
can really hang your coat on
Mostly because they were offering big hops and big juicy and big grapefruit, and it comes through as a bit of a
as a none of
middle
those.
of the road nothing burger
Right.
meh sandwich. I mean, it's
Well,
bready. It's easy to drink. It's so smooth.
yeah.
Value for hangover. It's a really good beer. It's not
I
what they said it was going to be, and that bugs me.
I'm finding it I'm finding it very easy to drink.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything that I'm excited about,
No.
but it is a 7% solid, very drinkable IPA is what I'll say.
Hmm.
There's nothing that sets it apart from anything else, but it's a quantum leap from anything I would have
Well,
drunk 2 years ago. So
for for a
it's perfectly fine.
for a palate cleanser, I put my nose in the smokehouse, Smokin IPA,
Oh yeah,
and I feel
did
like
you?
I just took a
Oh
bite.
fuck, it's so different.
I feel
Um,
like I just ate like
yeah,
you know those
yeah,
like a caramel sundae at
yeah,
McDonald's.
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like I
yeah,
just
yeah,
ate
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those just
Right.
from the smell. It's so good. So this is still high nines, and this is middling to high eights for me, I think. And you're
Yeah,
getting penalized for not matching the can. It's a perfectly quaffable and drinkable beer. Maybe a
it
little on the
is.
boring side, but it's smooth at the back end, really well made. But it just
Yeah.
I think it just missed the mark of whatever it was aiming. And we've
So
had that
therefore,
now and then, and I love that. My
they.
favorite part about North Brewing is when they miss, they still hit.
I like that. That's right. It's a bit. It's not exciting. It's just a decent solid IPA
Yeah.
without having anything to stand out or to
Well,
really speak about, without having a real characteristic of its own.
it's also
So therefore, there's a ton of these, but it's 7%,
yeah,
Ross. And if you got, let's be honest, let's go back there. Let's go back to our non. Let's go back to our pub when the waitress comes around and says, "You know what? We've got the red by I don't know I don't let's somebody else. We've got a red and we've got Budweiser and we've got Guinness on tap. We've only got this IPA by North Brewing. Would you like another one of those?" You'd
Yeah.
be like, "Yeah, I think we totally will," but without it knocking your socks off.
Yeah.
But it's perfectly fine and solid and good.
Acceptable, I guess, would be the best way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the most exciting thing that North Brewing have ever done.
Dare we move on?
Yeah.
All right. Stillwells. Stillwell. Oh, no, the S was part of the Stillwell going around the other side of the can. Never mind. It's a name so nice they wrote it twice. Stillwell Brewing Company IPA. Stillwell based out of, now where are they? They're on like Kempt Road, I thought, in Halifax, but they're definitely HRM. Brewery and beer shop, Kempt Road. There it is. Is the Stillwell IPA. They are. I thought they closed down operations, but I think I was thinking of a different one. Maybe we got to look that up as we're going. But on their can, so this is and it's just IPA basic, but it does say 7.2 ABV, canned on. There it is, 2025, October the 22nd, I guess. So it's a pre-Halloween beer, and on the can, it doeth say Stillwell IPA uses Cascade and El Dorado hops in a no-coast modern style. Juicy and soft, but dry enough for max drinkability. There's a lot to unpack there.
Can I stop you right there?
Please do.
Can we absolutely confirm that is the 22nd of October 25 rather than the 25th of October 2022? We can absolutely confirm that, can we?
I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning, so no.
Okay.
My confirmability is at an all-time low currently. However,
okay. I just feel that we've had this for a while. If we only had it for 2 months, 3 months.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Okay, good.
If you look up Stillwell,
I'm not going to look
in the NSLC, they've got the Stillwell Brewing IPA is there in the NSLC. It is available as we speak. Wait, now this is going to tell me that's only available. No, there's 32 in New Minas. And how many did that say? 42 in Kingston. So you and I are fine. I will look up what I thought.
This constant problem us Brits and stroke Canadians and stroke Americans have with putting date, day, month, year. I know it's been talked about for many, many centuries. Why can we not just standardize that so that it makes sense in the Western world, that we know the date that things were done on? Please, I'm not the only one, surely, in the whole of civilization.
You're not.
That we need to standardize.
You're not. Apparently, I think I'm just crazy. I think I'm thinking of, is it just Burns? No, just Burnside Brewing. What was on Portland Street? What was the name of the one that closed on Portland Street? Seasonal blah blah blah. I'm looking up the closures. Broader craft beer faces challenges. Articles from.
I drove down
Brightwell
the other day. Brightwell. Okay.
Brightwell closed. Okay. And so Stillwell still seems to be going, I don't know why I thought that they'd closed. I apologize profusely to Stillwell Brewing for assuming or thinking or even wondering that they'd closed, but here we are. Here we are with the 7.2 brewed, cellared, and packaged in Halifax. And to answer your question now, yeah. So where are we now? That would be an assumption of day, month, year, and you're saying, do you think there's anywhere that does year, month, day?
Well, I'm really, I mean,
because I'm assuming year, month, day, aren't I?
You are assuming that. I'm assuming that the 25th of October 2022 is because I think we've had this one for a while, but I can't believe we've had it for 3 and a bit.
I can't imagine 3. Yeah.
Is there any way, Ross? You know, quite often breweries will change their the cans, even though the IPA, the Stillwell IPA, is probably still exactly the same. I say that, but is there any way of looking up to see if you look up Stillwell IPA now on internet? Because I can't do it because I've only got the phone that I'm viewing you with, and I don't want to miniature you.
You're on me. Blazing fast purple cow now, sir. You can do anything you like.
I am. I need to have a separate thing that you have that I can do all that stuff in the background. But
it's a good time.
If you looked up the Stillwell IPA right now, if it's still exactly the same can, I think we'll be okay. If it's something totally different,
it is, and it has this branch of, I don't know, was that an orange tree?
I think it's an orange. It's an orange, yes.
Does that say Friends in Foam under the IPA?
Yeah, it does.
What are you hinting at here? I'm not getting in a jacuzzi with you. I mean, we don't know each other that well. Calm down. I think this is a recent acquisition. We have had a Stillwell a few years ago. Oh, that's a good question. Let's go back to the old. Who's Stillwell Brewing?
So hopefully this browning on the edge of the can isn't just because I've had it in the basement for too long.
No, it's style. It is a stylized, and that's a completely different thing. Where apparently all the craft breweries are into this thing of burning the edges, kind of aging the paper type thing.
I was worried.
Calm down.
Discoloration of the can is.
A little over 2 years ago, we had the 12 degrees Czech style from Stillwell Brewing. Yeah. And even further back than that, we had the Stilly Pills. And the best bitter ESB. We have had some Stillwell beers. I have bad news though. You have not given them good scores. You have yet to go above a 6.6.
Okay, out of 10, that's not great. Out of 5, 10. That'd be excellent. And out of 10, that's not great.
And what did we get out of this one? We were talking about the here we go. Well, no wait, that's not right. That's the band members of Kiss. Here we go. So Stillwell Stillwell.com/product/IPA. Clocking in at 7.2, this beer is loaded to the brim with Cascade and Eldorado hops. The result, a delicious, juicy, and soft IPA that remains dry enough for max drinkability. Did I already read what was on the side here?
Well, the description has me. You had me at
no coast.
Oh, what?
The can says in a no coast. Modern style, juicy, soft but dry. Right.
Well,
because I was triggered. I was triggered by this description. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
That's perfect for the Waves one to me was a no coast. You're pointing at it. Yeah. Oh, good. It's got Ross's nose again. Time you've mentioned nose this evening.
In the way that I know what's going on here. Have you ever smelled a fresh hop? Like opened up the package and thrown the hops into the beer?
Yeah.
This smells like the fresh vegetable. This smells like it didn't even go into the boil. They just added it and then canned it immediately. So there is flakes of hops in there. I could be wrong. I'm
Have you
happy to be wrong.
ever eaten? Have you ever eaten cannabis bud?
No.
Like looking like a hop. Have you ever just
No.
thought, I'm going to chew on that
You're
and
you're
see
you're going to
what it
eat a
does?
cannabis plant. That's what you're going to do. This is your decision.
Well, the bud itself. I put one once into a pot noodle just to see whether it would make the pot noodle livelier, I suppose, is the best way I can say.
Is this you telling me that you're making weed fettuccine alfredo?
Well, it was no, that stuff you get where the
Angel
pot.
hair, Mary Jane. What would you call
I,
that?
I
That'd be
don't
quite the
know.
dish.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll go
But,
suggest
I
that to
mean,
my
in the
wife.
same way as I haven't actually. Yes, of course, the hop thing I have smelt, but if you haven't ever taken just a bud that you've found lying around randomly, because potheads leave them around, liberally when they're doing whatever the hell they do.
Oh.
Pop one, oh yes, pop one into a cup of hot water or a pot noodle as I did, and slice it up a little bit, kind of activate it. But the hot water sort of brings out, so I read, brings out the weediness.
Mm.
I will tell. I will. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Cold water is not going to do it, but hot water will kind of activate whatever properties or whatever it is that's in the CBD or the THC that's contained within
So
a
you
bud of.
so you just try to make soup out of what your potheads leave laying
That's
around.
pretty much what I'm going with this, but because you can get pot noodles or really cheap Chinese noodles for like 50 cents on half price
Yeah.
in Dollarama or in Superstore occasionally. Therefore, you can get a really cheap and actually really crappy high off a pot noodle. Because I got to admit, I did this once a good few years ago, and I was disappointed. But I did get a slight about an hour or so later. I thought, yeah, I'm not completely aware of myself,
Okay.
and it only cost me like under $1 to get that way for about 5 minutes. So I
I
thought this is the best way. This is the best way to do pot noodles.
is it? Oh.
Yeah, that's the,
I thought you were going
that,
to say this
that's
is
the,
the
that's
best way to get high. I was like, I
no,
don't know
no,
if that's true.
no, no. The best takeaway from that is that's the best way to have a pot noodle.
Okay.
To be honest, because they're
The
horrible otherwise.
I have filled my glass. The head has gone away entirely. It is giving me that dank. This is that gross IPA that we didn't like from several years ago. So I'm wondering if this one is just not quite up to date. They haven't been going to
I don't,
Steve Crane's
I
talks.
don't
And
have a head.
no, neither do I.
It doesn't
It
have a head.
it went away almost immediately, and yeah, I need to. Okay, it is full to the brim of my glass. My Sac Vegas Brew Company 833 Sackville Drive glass
It
here.
looks it looks like a fruit juice.
It
It looks
does.
like
It
a
looks
grapefruit
hazy,
juice.
but I don't think
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna get for a 7.2 IPA. If our souls are prepared for this, ready?
Because
You know, that's better than the smell. Ooh, that's surprisingly well balanced. What the? It smelled gross. I was about to point out that that smells like the dry hop that you get in the package where you crack it open and it smells like hops. But
I
it
think I
makes
prefer my pot noodle.
you don't like that?
It doesn't. It's not beery.
It smells beery. It smells dank. It's got that dank, gross IPA I don't know how else to say the word dank. But the flavor, why is
You like it, do you?
why is this the smell is very weed hop heavy, but the taste of it is that's smooth.
Is it? Okay.
Okay, pinch your nose and try it again. Give it a good gulp.
Okay.
I like that. That is in my wheelhouse for Smokehouse. I think Waves North, our favorite North, is losing this battle tonight. To me, you're not a fan?
Can you see in my face with my complete
Oh yeah,
lack of words?
you are bored, is what you are, based on your face. I could have given you a glass of tap water with no. It's not. It's not a crisp, clean glass of tap water. This is a crisp, clean glass of tap water that someone has poured in like a splash of milk. So this is like a 0.5 skim milk kind of situation where you're like, is this milk? What am I drinking? I don't even know what I'm drinking here. This is just kind of what's happening.
I'm getting some of the vibes I got off of some of the sours that I've had.
Really?
To be honest, yeah. Um, um, it's flat as a fart. I don't know whether or not. Um,
The,
I do hope that it wasn't the other way around. It's the 25th of October 22. But it's literally
if this is from
there's nothing going
2022,
on.
this is the most delicious beverage I've ever had.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, mine is
The head
dead.
died. It dissipated. There's no carbonation. There's nothing going on in there, but
Right.
the
It's like to
smell
me. It's
and the smell is a deception to me. I have to ignore it because the smell is such a deception to what is. I I think this is delicious.
it's like a easier to drink sour to me. To be honest, Ross, and that's a I guess the best compliment I can bring to it. It's it doesn't even taste like beer. Oh, oh,
No coast, juicy and soft, dry enough for max drinkability.
it's a fruit juice.
It,
It's a fruit juice with carbonation and sourness.
honestly,
Ooh,
I think that is banging out the can description to a 100% accuracy.
okay,
I am
maybe,
I am into
maybe
this in a big way
really
just because
okay.
of its smoothness. It is smooth. It's
Orange. There's a oranges.
there's a
Yeah,
little orange and a
yeah. There is.
citrus on the
There
front.
is. Yeah,
Medium, somewhere in the
I'll get
middle,
that.
it turns into a malty thing, and then there's this delight. How is there no bitter on a 7.2 IPA? This is so crushable. This is
Ah,
danger juice.
okay. I'll give you that. It is. I guess that's where I'm going with this. It's like a fruit juice.
Are you looking for a
Um,
personality on the back end?
it's like a fruit juice. It's like an alcoholic fruit juice.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, I'll get that. But do I want that from my beer?
If it tells you that's what it's giving you, then I'm
I've
in.
got to. I've got to. I've got to reread the can now,
And
haven't I?
it's such a weird description with this. We're a no coast, so it's not East Coast, it's not West Coast. It's more of a James Bay sort of situation. It's a bit of a Lake Erie kind of saltwater.
Juicy, juicy and soft, but dry enough for
Soft
Max
but dry.
drinker. Well, I tell you what, I will say,
You could drink
I've
the.
kind of drunk two. I've drunk 2/3 of the can for
I'm
drinkability.
just sipping this just for curiosity, but oh goodness, it's gone away completely. How did that happen?
Fair enough. I've just downed 2/3 of it very, very quickly. So is it a kind of slake your thirst after a tennis match in July kind of drink?
For a
But
7.2? And
I know,
that's the thing.
I know.
Maybe it's that we've had some 7.0s earlier, but if the server comes back and says, "Will you have another?" I think my first question was, "Did I finish it?" Oh, heavens. Yes, apparently I have. Yes, please. I'll
I
have
think
another.
mine would be. I think mine would be. What was it I just drank?
I
That's what mine would be.
I will happily agree. What was this we just drank? Because this is just hello, we're Stillwell, and here's an IPA and a picture of some tangerines.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
what are you? What is happening here? Because it doesn't taste like anything I've had before.
The
I'm getting a
IPA by Waves.
little tiny orangey flavor.
Yeah, I agree. The Waves from North, the IPA, was lovely to me, but was kind of indistinguishable from a lot of IPAs of that ilk.
Yep.
The Smoking IPA by Smokehouse was a really good example of a maltier, sweeter IPA, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I've just swigged that very, very quickly, like a guy who had just stumbled upon an oasis in the desert and hadn't drunk water for about 36 hours. But doesn't mean to say that I really enjoyed it. It doesn't taste like a beer to me. It tastes like a fruity, slightly citrusy.
But
I don't.
we've been expanding our you've been delving deeper into the IPA world than me. I feel like you should be all over this.
It's a bit like a sour to me, and yet I still after all this time, sours I still struggle with, and this is to me. It's veering away from IPAs into almost sour territory.
I will give you that. It does walk the line. That might be what I love about it.
Oh, so you're souring up. You've come on board with the sours now.
I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay.
The Waves remains a third place for me, and I think this Stillwell.
Yeah.
They are both top marks. They are 9. They are 9.5s with vague changes. I love both of these. These are excellent. I'm so glad we drank these tonight, and I had the crap that I had last week alone, because this I am having a lot more fun enjoying these really top-notch, well-made. Well, not to say the last week's one were well-made. I just drank them at the wrong time. And in fact, I believe I also accused them of mucking up, or just having a batch that went kind of wrong. So they said, fine, slap an anniversary on it and just get it out in the shelves. At one point, I did sort of accuse them of that. That was the thing that I said.
Oh, okay. I'll watch that.
I'm gonna save.
I haven't seen it. I've been too busy.
You keep mentioning the sourness, so I just gonna save a good couple sips of that for the wife, because she likes the sours, and I'm curious what she'll say about that one.
I think she'll like it. I think
hope
Brittany
so.
will actually really like this.
Because when we like something that merges on the juiciness.
Yeah. It is juicy. It is juicy.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I guess when I have a real problem, Ross, when still after all this time and tradition, I'm 58 in March. I'm an old man, by the way. I'm in 2 years' time. I'll be 60. For Christ's sake. Well, 60 is an old man.
In March, that's 2 years and 2 months. So we've got at least 1 century challenge to go before that.
I know. I still feel even after my fairly recent um, movings into IPA territory, I still consider myself to be a dark, bitter ale, um, um, stout porter kind of guy,
Mm.
right? I do. And I've given myself over to there are other beers available, other choices are available, and I like them better these days. But there are still I still want to when I have a beer, and I'm putting this in,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
can't see this
The
and
air
it's
quotes.
audible, but I'm literally doing air
La
quotes. When you have
bière.
a beer, I still want it to be beerish. And unfortunately, this isn't beerish to me.
But,
This is more fruit juice based. And that's the problem I have with sours. And now I'm not saying
but
this is a
you've
sour,
you've
but it's
became an
kind of
IPA fan though, and you
I've
like.
told
But
I tried to give you a I tried to explain myself there. I have given myself over to IPAs and fruity IPA, but but this is again another. Do I need? I'm not saying this is I'm not saying this is a sour because it's not saying it is.
mm,
It's saying it's an IPA. It's not. It's saying it's an IPA.
mm-hmm.
And I've finally given in to IPAs. But this one here is almost veering into sour territory. So I maybe I need to give myself a little more time. That's my thought. There's a big pause, and I can see some French style hand.
It 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 gives me the French Canadian. Yeah, it makes me wander over into the French Canadian, I guess, but probably not for any good reason. I I really like it. I think it's
Okay.
fantastic. I think it's fantastically smooth,
Wow.
wonderfully delicious.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
hazy enough. It's not punching with flavor. Maybe it's just strong, but median. It's a very it's a very strong 7.2. And just calling yourself IPA. Had we picked this
Yeah.
up, had we magically picked this up on any of our IPA nights, this would have kicked the crap out of anything else we were trying, like the Boxing Rock
Mm.
IPA, the ones that were just associated the Propeller IPA. But this one, I have been sleeping on this Stillwell Brewing Company, and apologies, and I will 100% reach out tomorrow and say, "Yo, Stillwells, do you want to come in and give us a chat and a conversation?" Because I keep forgetting that you exist. But I would be happy to talk to anybody there about what's going on and how I have suddenly fallen in love with the Stillwell IPA, despite the fact that all of our reviews of their previous beers have been
Not great.
they've been not that good. So I'm kind of expecting your upcoming.
Well, it's
Mm,
I can't. I,
yeah.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Hey, listen,
What are
listen,
your
listen, Rob.
polite scores here?
Okay, I was going to say, who the hell cares about Ian Granger's scores for Christ's sake? I don't even care about him. It's and Stillwell aren't going to care about them either because one, they're not going to watch the podcast, and they sell
Oh,
enough
they're
beers
tuned in right
to
now.
know
What are you
that
talking about?
they're absolutely they know that I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just personal preferences. This is between you and me. Smokin IPA. Can I go? I'm going to go back to it now. I'm going
Mm.
to go back to it now.
Oh,
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to going back
ready?
to this now.
Oh,
Oh, there's a beer. I've just rediscovered a beer, and it's a 9.4. It's so freaking good.
it's
I love
exactly
it.
what I gave it. Yep,
Is it
I was
really
there. I gave it a
9.4?
9.4. Yep.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Caramel, sweet,
Oh,
still got some
yeah.
hoppiness to it. It's
Mm.
so, I love it. It's really, really good. North Brewing Waves.
I was.
Very IPA-ish. Very. very smooth. Um, it's kind of just in that ballpark of a good solid IPA. West, that's the no coast for me. That's a
Oh,
no coaster.
I
That's a no coaster.
I could argue that.
It has
I could get behind you for that. Yeah.
right. That is the one that kind of hits the mark for me where I do like. Obviously, I love the big juicy hazy stuff
Mm.
from New England, but
I
it's
really
still
haven't
got a
had that
hint of
tonight.
pininess. Yeah, that to me is a sweet spot between the two. It's a 9.2. I really like that, and I know you disagree. Unfortunately, Stillwell IPA.
Yeah, this is where we're gonna hit on the disagreement for sure.
Yeah, we really are. It's it's a fruit juice. It's an alcoholic fruit juice. I can taste I can taste some
Spoken
oranginess.
like a man who has never enjoyed a great night on the town after a couple of vodka and oranges.
Absolutely, and even during the evening with vodka and orange juice, yeah,
Yes.
fucking love it. Um, it's just to me, it's veering away from beer,
Hmm.
and that might not be a fair to say that,
No.
but I find that with sours that they veer away from beer. It's not their fault.
Oh,
It's
fully.
my
No,
personal
I agree.
preference, and by all accounts, I'm led to believe that sours are the earliest iteration of beers. So who the hell am I to talk? But it's not what I like particularly. I find this I can drink it, and it is I would say it is refreshing, but it's not very beery. I'm giving it a
Ooh,
7 out
that
of 10,
low.
which is
I mean,
yeah.
it was very warm today, so I feel like we were excused in our January springness. You know, hey, it's the middle of summer in January. Let's have some
Yeah,
IPAs. Let's go out and mow the
it was
lawn and do the
12
old thing. And
degrees at one point.
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
That was fun.
Wonderful. You know what I do now?
Usually, well,
Yeah,
you
I'll hang around for a second.
you do it more consistently than I remember to update the stupid thing that I'm behind. I honestly I couldn't even find Stillwell if my life depended on it. Where the hell is? Nope, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna remain here in North Brewing. Whatever. Um, and for the first time, and I can't even remember when in the last 4.5 years, Ian remains here. But I want to thank Ian for being here. Thank Smokehouse, North Brewing, and Stillwell Brewing for brewing the beers that we tried tonight. You can catch us on a weekly basis, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Usually, unless I message something different. Or you can find the podcast in all the podcasty places. Drink NS Dry. Yeah, that's the name of it. And we're also on YouTube, youtube.com/@drinknsdry, or we're also drinknsdry on Instagram and TikTok for the short versions when I get them there. Or you can also go straight to the source, drinkns.unsupervised.beer. But I want to thank everyone for chilling out and hanging out with us tonight. And we'll see you next week. Good night.